Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm on my way out to Harley Davidson of Dublin. I'm going to test ride my first Harley. Never ridden one before. I've ridden cruisers before, but I've never ridden a Harley. So let me give you my thoughts on that. So, let's see how this thing rides. It's a soft tail, 1.6 litre. So let's give it a go. The feet forward feels really cool actually. This is the first time I've been on a bike with such feet forward controls. It actually feels pretty nice. Clutch biting point is like just right there. That's what he said it was like, so. Individual indicator, so you've got the left one on the left bar and you've got the right one on the right bar. So on to a little bit of motorway riding. They've plenty of torque. Not as much torque as you hear. It's not all fucking turn the world backwards torque, rip the arms out of your sockets torque. But nice, plenty, as much as you'd need. This is one of the bigger engines, or it's a pretty big engine, and it's 1.7 litres, so, or just under 1.6 something, but almost 1.7. I think it's really nice. Nice torque, nice roll on. You can see what they say about the character of the engine. You can feel the vibes, but it's nice. It's I'll tell you what, it's not as vibey as some Ducatis, that's for sure. So guys, I'm going to talk about the gearbox. Quite often people will criticise Harley for their gearboxes. They'll say that they're very agricultural, is what you hear quite a bit. And clunky would be another word that you'd see bandied around the internet. I have to tell you, they're really not too bad at all. In a way, it suits the old school feel of the bike. This is not supposed to be cutting edge. It's supposed to be an interesting, involving ride, and it is. I think the gearbox suits it. I will say, you get used to that in no time. I'm pretty much used to it already. I've only been on the bike for an hour. Well, she'll easily do a ton, but she doesn't like it. It's definitely not the sweet spot. But she'll do it there, no problem. And I'd say a good bit beyond too. If the traffic wasn't so much, I could give it the berries. Not bad, not great. Not bad. Slowing me down with 2 fingers, so that's okay. Do you know what? It feels pretty nice in the turn there, lads. And it comes really nice out of a turn on the gas. That's nice. Unfortunately, I won't get the chance, because for where Harley Davidson of Dublin is, I won't get the chance to get to a proper, really twisty road. So I won't really be able to bury it around a few corners, but I'm saying that. Nice corner exit. I'm actually beginning to enjoy myself here now. This is not a bad bike at all, and that gearbox isn't too bad. It's pity the road's a little bit wet, because I don't know about those tyres. I don't know if they're any good. You would have to lean forward a little bit to get your weight over the front, that's for sure. Tell you what, you've a better connection with the front wheel than you would on a GS 1200. I have to keep remembering to try and turn the indicators off. You can see the individual buttons here. sounds glorious. I mean, the camera is not going to pick this up, but it sounds absolutely glorious. Felt those bumps. It's a slightly firmer ride than I would have imagined. I thought the ride would be quite plush, but it feels quite well suspended. It's not too bad at all. I did feel those bumps through, so it's probably not the greatest setup, but for what it is, it's more than adequate. So, if it was up to me, this would be matte black. Matte black is the only colour for a cruiser. Matte black is the only colour, but you can't help but feel pretty cool sitting on one of these. Look at that with your your feet splayed out and the bars coming back to meet you. You know, it's the classic badass motorcycle style. Sorry. Gave that chap a fright. Sorry about that. Oh, here we are. Turns green for the Harley. Thanks. This is actually where this bike feels at home now. Nice, gentle curves, easy speed. You can use that torque just to fire it out of the corners. It's pretty, it's not completely dry. You can't really see it, but there's a lot of damp patches on the road, and I'm not sure about these tyres, so I won't be really giving it the beats. But you don't have to. You're kind of it's not what it's about. This bike is about just cruising. You can see this is perfect, absolutely perfect. If you like to do something like this, nice and easy, a few sweepers, and take your time and enjoy the ride, this is just the job. You could buy a bike like this to relax. You know, have a stressful day and hop on your Harley and head off. You can see why a lot of professionals buy these, because it's a perfect way to unwind. And if you have a few bob in your pocket, absolutely, why not have one of these? Very nice way to unwind. Now, if I was on another bike, I'd be dying to get around this guy in front. I'd be bombing around him, but on this it just feels right to be tipping along. The front brake's okay, it's not great, I must say. It's perfectly adequate. I'm not using the rear as much as I should. You're supposed to use the rear more on these things, just the way the weight distribution is. I'll try to get used to that, do a bit more. Now I'm going to find somewhere that I can stop and just do a quick walk around. Sherlock here will do anyway, eh? Are you in neutral? Oh, I was. It's not too bad, that gearbox, I tell you. Where the bloody sides? Oh, there it is there, look. Oop. There we go. Is it out completely? It's not going to go forward, is it? Hold on. That's it. Hold down. There we go. Okay. Should be alright. Okay, so, well, this bike was registered at 2017, so I'm assuming it's quite new. 6-speed gearbox is telling us here. It's got the Vance and Hines exhaust. That must be our aftermarket, I'm sure. Lovely sound off it. It's a low rider, and it's a 103 cubic inch, which is apparently just under 1.7 litres. So it's a big bike. Handles quite nicely. It doesn't have that really fat rear tyre. It's got a really nice profile. A few too many shiny bits on it for me. But all in all, looks nice. Just needs to be black. Matte black. That's the only colour. Yeah, riding position's quite nice. Not sure if it's doing my sciatica any good, actually. I'd really need to take it for a long spin to tell you if it's any good or not. It's nice anyway for short cruises, that's for sure. But this bike is about cruising. That's what it does best. This is what it was developed to do. It's been developed for, I don't know, what is it, over 100 years now. And that's what they do well. It goes really, really well. There's a bit of rust on the rotors there, and a little bit up here as well, I don't know. But overall, the fit and finish looks very nice. Am I enjoying it? Very much enjoying it, actually. Would I have one in the shed? I don't know. They're very expensive, so it is a nice bike. The handling is, for what it is, the handling is actually very good. But you can feel it when you go into slightly more twisty roads. You can kind of feel that there's a slight disconnection from the front wheel, but that's due to the steering geometry. That's not what this is about. Gearbox is actually very nice. It's chunky. It is chunky and clunky in the whole lot, but it's not unpleasant to use. It's very nice to use, and it's as long as you use good positive gear shifts, you wouldn't have a problem with that. You get used to it very, very quickly. Nice engine, lovely torque. It'll do a ton easily, and a bit more, but that's not the it's not its happy place. It'll do it for you, but doesn't really like it. Cruising along at around 70 miles an hour on a motorway is absolutely perfect for something like this. Anyway, I'm going to hop back on because I have to get this back. I think I'm late already, which says something about it. The fact that I've been out in it for so long is showing you how much I enjoy it. So anyway, guys, in conclusion, Harley Davidson, or at least this Harley Davidson, really enjoy it. I have to say, love this bike. I don't know if I'll be buying one because they are quite expensive, and I have 3 bikes already. But very enjoyable bike to ride. Does exactly what it says on the tin. If you were in the market for something like this, I'd have to say I'd highly recommend it. So with that, I'm going to head off back, and I'll talk to you soon on whenever I post the next video, whenever I get around to posting the next video. And thanks for subscribing, and thanks for staying tuned, and we'll see you all for the next one. Bye bye.